Hey everyone. This time we are going to be talking about Darius. And I love Darius. This is probably my favorite arcade shooter. It started off in the arcades. It had a double wide monitor. It was a really cool looking machine. This isn't how I first experienced it though. The way I first experienced it was on the Super Nintendo, playing Darius Twin. So, are you guys ready to talk about fish ships? Like, actual spaceships in the shape of fish? Because I'm super ready to talk about it. I just love how ridiculous this concept is, and that's one of the things that made me want to play this game. Oh gosh, I had spent way too much time playing this and being absolutely terrible at it. This one was not in the arcades though. Darius Twin was just a console game and it was only on the Super Nintendo. The rest of the series, I'll talk about that. The rest of the series is just kind of all over the place. You had Sagaya, which was, I think, a port of Darius 2 that was on the Sega Genesis. No idea why they renamed it to that. The first Darius never came to a console that I can really think of. I don't know what Taito was thinking, to be honest with you. It's very weird. So this series has a story, but I don't really care about it. To be honest, it's like a lot of the other space shooters. I don't need to know why I'm killing the enemies. I just need to know that, I just need to know which one of them have power-ups and what those power-ups do. That's really all I need to know. So what always made this series different was the fact that the bosses are all fish. That probably ties into the story of the game of why they're fish, but again, you don't really need to know that. You just want to see a giant space fish that you have to fight off. And the fact that they built these things like fish, so they had to have seen them at some point, or, I don't know. Like, I get aliens are weird, but this is just going a bit too weird for me. There's something that kind of draws me into games like this. I'm not sure what it is, but there's just something about it where I'm like, this is a ridiculous idea for a game. I need to keep playing it, and I don't know why. It's the same way I felt with Biohazard Battle, where it just was so bizarre that I wanted to keep trying. It's similar to how I felt with like R-Type and stuff like that. I don't know what it is with these weird shooters, man. I really enjoy them, but this is like one of the genres that I'm just, I don't know. I can pick it up, play it for like a half an hour, and enjoy what I'm doing, and just never go back to it for, months or even years on end. So Darius Twin isn't exactly my favorite. I think I have more memories of playing G-Darius and playing it on the Sega Saturn of all things, which is not a system that I own anymore, and I didn't even own it for that long. I think I had it for like a summer or so, and I didn't have very many games. I just had G-Darius, and then like some weird stuff. I think I had like the Horde or something like that. I had weird games on the Saturn. I don't understand how or why I got them. That must have been when I was just collecting every system, and I ended up with a bunch of crazy shit that I probably should never have bought, but whatever. I bought it anyway. Anyway, what made this game pretty fun was just like the absurdity of the actual the enemy ships that you're fighting, especially in the bosses. Stuff would get improved on. I think Supernova, the next game in the Darius series, at least on the Super Nintendo, that one added more, which I think is a lot better. So you could like choose the different types of ships. They would have different power-ups, that sort of thing. And that game, it has a better mechanic, but I don't like it as much. I don't think the graphics are as good. I don't think the gameplay is as good. I like the fact that I can choose different ships in Supernova, but I think Darius Twin is just a more complete game, if that makes any sense. I don't know. It's just a more fun game than what Supernova was. This also has like the branching paths and that and stuff like that, which I think is really cool. Just the fact that you could kind of choose what way you wanted to go. You didn't have to play the same levels over and over again. You could, find a level that you are better at, or you can just try for like trial and error, that stuff. And yeah, it's one of the fun things about shooters like this. You don't have to go in just a linear path or anything like that. This game also seems a bit more forgiving than other shooters that I've played. It's just a solid game. It does have like a few weird quirks to it. It might take you a while to kind of get down certain things. But overall, it's a pretty good game. Again, I think the more I think about it, I probably like G-Darius more. And I know I've gone back and forth on Darius or Darius. I don't care. I think both of them are probably right. It's one of those weird things. I'm not really sure why I like this series as much as I do, or why I like it more than like Gradius or Raiden or R-Type. None of those series are like particularly forgiving or anything like that. There's a lot of just memorization, trial and error, that sort of thing. And that kind of goes with like the arcade nature of these games. They're a lot of fun to get into. They can be kind of frustrating at times, but never frustrating to the point where you just want to give up and quit. At least I don't. I want to keep just ramming my head at the wall and seeing what happens. Anyway, guys, that's going to wrap things up. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and if you like this episode, please consider subscribing. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.